Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and I am a real estate investor and short-term rental host, teaching you everything you need to know to build wealth through short-term rentals. So are you convinced that short-term rentals are for you and you want to take the next step? Not a design expert, but you want a well-designed Airbnb? Well, this video is for you. I get it, designing a space can feel really intimidating, especially if you don't have any knowledge of interior design. Neither did I when I first started, and here I am with 4 listings under my belt, and they are all incredibly well designed, and we get compliments from guests all the time about how much they love how well our spaces are put together. So I'm sharing with you a couple of things that I have learned throughout my journey to ensure that my places are absolutely beautiful and that guests love them. The thing to keep in mind is that poor design can absolutely crush an Airbnb, just like the opposite. A really well-designed Airbnb can make all of the difference in terms of it being really successful on the platform. And that's because Airbnb is a photo-driven website. What your guests see are the photos of your listing. Photo quality, I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but if the photos themselves don't show that your space is inviting, that it's beautifully designed, people are not going to click on that listing. They're going to keep it moving. Having a really beautifully designed space is so important to any Airbnb host's business. There's really 2 ways that you can approach this. The first is that you can hire a stager, and the second is that you can do it yourself. And I'm gonna go over the pros and cons for each approach, as well as some tips that you can use no matter which approach that you choose. All right, so you wanna hire a stager. A stager could be a really great option because a stager is a person who designs homes for a living. They get homes that are about to be put onto the market to be sold, they get them ready. So they'll usually put in furniture and art so that the place looks really beautiful and it photographs great when that home is then put up for sale on the multiple listing service. Now, the only thing that you really need to keep in mind when it comes to working with a stager is that typically the approach that they are using is going to be for a look that is neutral, that doesn't really stand out, that can kind of cater to all sorts of different types of tastes for home buyers that they would have in design. So it's not necessarily going to stand out. That's kind of the opposite of what you want when you are designing your home to be listed on Airbnb. You want it to stand out. You want it to really wow people when they are on the Airbnb website. You want them to sort of stop. You're gonna have to give your stagers some guidance in terms of what type of look that you are going for to make sure that you are getting something that is really going to make a difference. Your place can really stand out because of its design. You don't want it blending in. Well, how do you do that? So that leads me to my next tip, which is you can do it yourself, but you've got to learn a little something first. And I think you can take a couple of different courses on the internet that are really going to give you a foundation that you need in interior design as well as accessorizing so that you can give that guidance to your stager. One approach would be just to find some interior design videos right here on YouTube, which I'm sure there are plenty. Just look up interior design, interior design 101, how to design for Airbnb even, and I'm sure some videos will pop up. I'm actually going to recommend that you take a couple of courses that you pay for that are actually really affordable and are available online on the site Udemy, and I am not sponsored by them. I have just had a great experience with the few courses that I have taken through their platform on interior design, and it has really led me to being confident enough to take on the design of my Airbnbs. One course I took was on interior basics, and that just talked about what are the different styles that are available. And just off the top of my head, there are styles like modern, boho, California, coastal, different types of designs that have a certain look to them. So what are the characteristics that those different styles have, and how can you put together your furniture as well as your accessories and your decorative art so that you are achieving that style. So I'm going to put the link for that course down below in the comment box, and feel free to take that. I think it costs something like less than $20, so it was really, really economical. And then the next course that I took was on accessorizing. So once I understood what the different types of styles were, how do you then put together things like wall art, table decor, a dining table, or even a fireplace mantle, a console table? Like, how do you put accessories on those in a way that looks cohesive, that looks intentional, that doesn't look messy, and is consistent with the design that you are going after. And that course really made the difference for me in terms of being able to buy art, to buy accessories, and then to put it all together in a way that really made sense and looked fantastic. And these two courses are gonna give you the foundation that you need to either communicate with a stager and share that vision that you have for the design of your Airbnb, or to do it yourself. Okay, so that's it. Those are the two options I have for you on how to design your space for Airbnb. You can go with a stager. If you do that, you definitely want to convey what your vision is for the space, what your budget is, what your color scheme is, and you can get more information about that by taking a couple of interior design courses on Udemy, which I'm listing down below in the bottom bar. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye-bye.